All right, so horizontal and vertical lines, if you don't know the difference, right? Horizontal is like this, like the horizon. Vertical is going to be up and down. So I have a little mnemonic device for you here. So H is for, here's your trick. Horizontal lines have 0 slope. And the equation is going to be a y equals a number equation. So this is going to be just like a little shortcut for you to remember. Our trick for a vertical line is going to be Vox. V is for vertical. Vertical lines have an undefined slope. When we talked about that slope guy, right? The curse word in algebra, right? Undefined. When he was falling off the cliff. And this is going to be an x equals a number equation. Okay, so these equations are not going to be y equals mx plus b format. It's just going to be y equals a number and x equals a number. Kind of like when we look at domain and range. So what is the slope of the red line? Okay, so what do you notice about this red line? It is going what? It is a horizontal line. So let's do this. We're going to write OI. And if I'm asking for the slope, right, tell me again. H is horizontal. O is what? 0 slope. There you go. All right. What is the equation of the red line, right? What does the y stand for in OI? Y equals. Look at where this line is crossing the y-axis. What number is that on the y-axis? Just like we do for domain and range, right? Y equals 4. There is our equation. All right, so what is the slope of the purple line? Okay, well, what do you notice about this purple line? It is what direction? It is vertical. V for vertical. U for undefined slope. Now, on both of those, you could technically do rise over run, right? We could say 2 over 0, and we put that in our calculator. It says undefined, if we needed to. What is the equation of the purple line, right? X equals, where did I cross my x-axis? X equals 1, 2, -3. So if we're going to graph y equals -2, we are going to cross our y-axis at -2. So am I looking across or am I looking up and down? Where's my y-axis? Up and down, okay? And here is -2. If it's y equals, that is an OI, right? Y and OI. So I'm drawing a horizontal line through -2. X equals 5. Okay. Well, that's going to be a Vox. So I'm looking at my X. Here's where X is 5. And am I drawing across or up and down? Up and down. Vertical Vox. I'm crossing if I'm going to cross the X at 5, then I'm going up and down. What is the slope of this line? Well, identify the line. Is it vertical or is it horizontal? It is horizontal. Is that OI or is that Vox? This is a OI, so let's write OI. So then it says, what is the slope? Well, what do you know about the slope on a OI? What does O stand for? 0. Could we also say, okay, I can count rise 0, run 2, and if I put this in my calculator, I get 0? We could do that as well if you want to stick with rise over run. Or you can just use the mnemonic device. What is the equation, right? OI. Y equals, what number did I cross on the Y? 4. And part of that is because if we did y equals mx plus b, right, this is really our b. Well, we're not going to write y equals 0x plus 4, right? We're just going to write y equals 4. What do you notice about this line? It is vertical, so write VUX. Vertical. What does U stand for? Undefined. That's our slope. What's our equation? X equals, be careful here. Are we counting by twos, or are we just labeling every other one? -9. What if I don't give you a picture? Can we draw a picture? Yeah, we absolutely could. A vertical line, is that OI or is that VUX? It says vertical. So V, let's write VUX. So I know I have X equals. That goes through 2, 3. So if I sketched a little picture here and I said, okay, over 2, up 3, what X number did I go through? X equals what? What's my X on this? X equals 2, right? Because it was at 2 here and 3 here. So we're going vertical is up and down through the 2. What is the equation? Okay, a horizontal line. Tell me, what does a horizontal line look like? Show me with your arm. Is that an OI or a VUX? This is an OI. So I know, look right here, Y equals. And if we're going to go through -7, 5, 6, 7, and down 3, and I'm drawing a horizontal line, what number did I go through on my Y? What number was on my Y? -3. Do I need the negative there? Yes. So now I'm asking you about the slope. Okay, Y equals. Is that an OI or a VUX? That's an OI. Y equals. So what is the slope on a Y equals line? 0. Could we also draw this to C? We could come here and I could say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is my line, and I can see it is completely flat, 0 steepness. Okay? Last one. What is the slope of an equation? Okay, if it's X equals, is that an OI or a VUX? This is a VUX. What is my slope? My slope is undefined. And again, if I drew my picture, I'm looking where am I at? -2 on my X. And I can see, right, he fell off the cliff. That is undefined.